going. Like, yeah. What do you as we pray. 165 interchange. It's just amazing.
For these players to play this game. As that during the game, they give each and every player and coach and official wisdom and patience as we play. As for your protection for those that are playing tonight, and your safety for those that are hurt. Lord, I ask for a fun competition between these two teams tonight, and that each of these players play for your glory and your name I pray.
It was senior night, and I don't remember who they.
Tonight we have two very special guests tonight. First of all, joining Sparty at around the 43-yard line is Miss Hilton Deeds. Also, we have around the 27-yard line, Miss Worth West. Let's give you a very big round of applause for the nation.
What is the answer ever?
Is that a rhetorical question? I can get up in 320 or not.
This is Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals.
Week 2 of the high school football season here on UTV 44, and it brings us to the opening week of region play. And tonight we open up in a region that we're going to see a lot of this year. A lot of folks say it's the best one in the state, 6A Region 1. A lot of people say, hey, it's the SEC of, even the old SEC, not even the new SEC of high school football down here. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner, Dan Brennan, and we are here at Saraland, a place where we're at a lot for these 6A Region 1 matchups. Saraland, a big win last week over a really good 5A Jackson team here. Viger last week also really good in 5A. They beat Blount, Saraland's opponent tonight. So I think both teams kind of want to see a little bit more of a measuring stick here in tonight's game.
Yeah, and I think some of the staff here at Saraland may be suffering a little bit from PTSD with what last week the crowd was so large.
Unbelievable.
From Jackson and all the schools that wanted to see, Viger and Blount didn't play till Saturday, so probably a lot of those fans came as well. So things a little calmer, but we should see some really good football on the field.
Yeah, talking with Jeff Kelly before the game about what he sees in this Blount team, and he says, the thing that jumps out at me, it's that defensive line. And there's a young man we've been calling his number for a couple of years now.
Yeah, Chase Howard is number 0, and he plays inside sometimes too. Jeff Kelly said he jumped off the film from last week's game against Viger. He's going to be operating from the edge today, and he's going to have his eyes peeled on a guy we're going to talk about from Saraland.
Yeah, and you're going to talk more about Chase later on as well. Great in the classroom. Yeah, you talk about Saraland first game of the year. It's not hard to pick a player that you want to focus on. Quarterback KJ Lacey.
Well, KJ Lacey has thrown 85 career touchdowns now. He's within 2,800 yards of the all-time record in the state of Alabama for yards thrown by a quarterback. He's committed and has been for some time to the new SEC, the University of Texas. Great player. He's got a lot of poise. He's got a lot of weapons.
And really fun to watch, and can make things happen off script. He's just really, really fun to watch, and I'm sure he'll be that way tonight. So 6A Region 1 matchup. We open it up here tonight at Saraland as the Spartans play host to the Blount Leopards, and we come back and we kick it off from Saraland right after this. Just about to get this one underway in Saraland. Blount Leopards and Saraland Spartans. 6A Region 1 matchup to open things up here in week 2 of the high school football season. First week for region play across the state. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here at Saraland as we give you the coin toss that just took place moments ago. Brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. And the coin toss was won by Saraland. They defer, so they will give Blount the ball first. And we'll see if Saraland and their defense can slow things down to start the game off for these Blount Leopards, who had just one touchdown last week.
Yeah, their troubles started early, Jim.
Yep.
They got sideways on the first drive, and it really cost them falling behind.
Xavier Johnson, one of the deep men back there for the Leopards. He'll play some tight end, some H-back for them. Also, TJ Miller back deep as Tucker Singleton gets ready to kick off. Been doing that a few years now for the Spartans. Jerome Williams also back deep for the Blount Leopards. And Singleton pooches this one to the far side, and a fair catch at the 27 called for. So high kick and no return, and Blount will bring their offense out on the field. Again, Blount played on Saturday last week, so kind of a short week. Tough matchup to open up region play, coming up against this powerful Saraland team. Of course, went to the state championship last year. Their only loss of the season, fell in the championship game. Is Chris,
two years in a row now, right?
Yeah, won it 2 years ago, lost last year.
Won it, okay.
Yep, Chris Wiggins, senior out here to start things off, and the inside handoff goes to Jerome Williams, and Williams gets it up to about the 30. There have been some Williams that have toted the ball at Blount over the years. Here's the Blount offense. Starting lineup brought to you by Greer's. Wiggins at quarterback, Williams in the backfield, Smith, Miller, as we said, Johnson kind of that blocking back tight end, Thomas big and tall at 6'2". Up front, Hardin, Roberts, Green, Quinney, and York, along with the 2-year starter Bailey. Wiggins floats this one out of the backfield, and it's dropped there by Williams. And it'll bring up third and long for the Blount Leopards. Saraland on defense. They replace almost everybody from a year ago. Owens, but Coleman's back. Coleman was going to Auburn, then he was going to Bama, now he's going back to Auburn.
I was trying to figure that out, by the way.
Williams, Zion Williams, Pugh, Dunklin, and Roberts, linebackers. Young there. Artis Moffitt, leader in the secondary, along with Jones, Sewer, and Martin. Long out to the near side, able to get that one complete, but nowhere to go, and wrapped up immediately is Darius Brown, and the punt team comes up for Blount after a 3 and out. That one just took a long time to get going on a far throw to the near side.
Exactly, Jimmy. I mean, it was such a long throw that Jones, the strong safety, he had the time to get there and snuff it out. And Blount's about to punt. Best case scenario, Saraland fields this ball around the 35-yard line.
Ayande Pugh blocked a punt last week, and it looks like Saraland is going to bring the house to see if they can get another one here. Kind of a low snap, pressure coming, and they do. Oh, I thought they got maybe a hand on it, but it goes up to the 47.
Wow.
Whew. If they didn't touch it, I don't know how they didn't. Yeah, because the heat was coming.
There were 2 or 3 there, and
they'll still get great field position to open things up, and that was one thing that Coach Ramon Nelson told us. He said, we've got to be great in special teams in this game. We just can't let it get away from us. As you see KJ Lacey come out here. 4 touchdowns last week, 14 to 25, 326 yards against Jackson.
So many athletes, such an explosive array of receivers, and this is without Ryan Williams now at Alabama.
Yeah, who hard count, and they draw Blount offside, it looks like. Yeah, Williams would have been a senior this year, reclassified, and goes to Bama and has impressed everybody up there.
Yep. What would we expect? He impressed us from the first time we saw him step on a field.
So Saraland goes 5 wide in the hard count. John B., our referee tonight. Now you get a 1st and 5, and you are in Blount territory before you've taken a snap.
Coach Ramon Nelson with the grayish-black, may I say, goatee.
We said you didn't have that when you were at Satsuma. He's like a little more pressure here at Blount, and now it's going to be Saraland jumping too soon. Yep, so C.D. Gill, who had 3 touchdowns last week, 5 catches for 175 yards, may have been the hot rod on that one.
He was, you get field position like this to start the game. You've got so many excellent wide receivers, basically an All-American quarterback. Wouldn't you want to go ahead and take a shot downfield?
Jeff Kelly, you saw him there, and now we'll see if we can get a snap off. Lacey, they dropped 8 back in coverage, and Lacey over the middle of the field, and he was looking for C.D. Gill, and can't hook up with him. Boy, C.D. Gill, he's got everything that would be playing big time next year. He's just 5'8". That's boy, he's so elite at everything he has. KJ Lacey there, Sante McWilliams, what a I mean, he's just been such a great running back. We'll give you his career stats here. Alfred's going to Ole Miss on the outside.
Yeah.
Deshaun Spencer, young kid really coming up. Caden Kelly making some plays. Gill, we talked about. They're young up front. Dunham, Johnston, Owen, Manesco, and Sullivan. And they flipped it out to C.D. Gill. And Gill across the 45. There's that speed we talked about. Now makes a move at the 40, and he's going to get it up to the 40, and he will pick up 14, and that's going to be good for a first down. You see the shiftiness and the elusiveness of C.D. Gill.
C.D. Gill could be 4'8". Who wouldn't want him?
Starting lineup, Blount on defense, brought to you by Greer's. Chase Howard, Dan talked about him. James Adams is wearing number 7 on the outside this week. Smith, Thomas, Massey, and Land. And the secondary, Coach Nelson said, I want to see how they get tested this week. I want to see how good we are back there. Leatherwood, White, Lazarick Johnson, who's a great player. We'll see him on offense for the Leopards as well. And Mason Jackson rounds out that starting lineup. And
little tempo going here, Jim. They get 5 on first down. They can put you, they can put you in the pretzel hold for sure.
Yeah, they get up big on teams. They've done that a lot
Quickly.
when this great run here at Saraland under Jeff Kelly. Lacey underneath zips that one off, and he's able to get that one complete. And that's Deshaun Spencer, the junior we talked about, had 6 TDs last year as a sophomore, and he's one that they really like and think he's going to be a future star.
On his way up,
For sure. And you see Lacey here with a little sidearm delivery there. The one thing, if maybe you haven't seen Saraland the past couple of years, the poise of KJ Lacey just jumps off the screen.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. All the players we've seen in all the years we're doing this kid's unique in that way.
Gives it back off to Spencer. Spencer will fall ahead inside the 30 down to about the 27.
Saraland playing decent run defense so far tonight.
Yeah, Blount there.
I'm sorry, Blount.
Yep, they're solid up front. Adams played well last week on the edge for the Leopards, as did, we talked about Howard inside. Second down and 7. Lacey quickly to the near side again to Gill. Reverses field position at the 20. Should be good for another Saraland first down.
Lacey knows where he's going with the ball. He's quick with the release. It's not in his hands long at all.
We're going to mark him just short of the first down. I thought the official on the near side gave it to him, but
He's just got this playground kind of ease about him where it doesn't look like he's in the middle of a high-pressured game with a packed stadium. He's just throwing the football.
And Dan mentioned in the open going to Texas. He's been solid commit to Texas. Sante McWilliams, and he's going to plow ahead and get the first down.
Yeah, you're 3rd and short. You got the right guy to get it. A starter since a sophomore.
Yeah, tons of offers everywhere. Yeah, rushed for 16 TDs as a sophomore, 20 last year. He's run for 2,500 plus yards in his career.
As humble and unassuming as
for sure
any young kid on the roster.
Military academies, I think we're looking at it. We talked about it a little bit last year.
I remember Stanford at one time.
Lacey zings it to the near side, right back off to Alford, and Alford is down inside the 10, down to the 5, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Spartans. And we're in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. A methodical drive here for the Spartans to open things up.
Methodical, directed by Lacey, executed by Lacey and these receivers.
Alford, 6 catches for 122 last week and a touchdown. And it's 1st and goal for the Spartans. McWilliams on the right side, and there is Chase Howard to wrap him up as he came right in and read that one and slung him down. And Howard showing that size and strength.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
And speed.
Really, really great play by Howard. We're going to see a lot of that same sort of action by Antonio Coleman for Saraland, but that time, great play, Chase Howard. Wow.
That's why you highlighted it in the pregame show, right?
That's kind of why.
2nd and goal as they now move it to the center of the field. 2 tight ends for the Spartans. High snap. Lacey looking on the right side and flings it to the corner. Just kind of threw that one away with pressure coming, but he was trying to give Gill a chance to work free. And it'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Spartans. Good pressure by Blount to force Lacey out of the pocket. And that's kind of potentially dangerous situation. He's very good off script. He makes so many big plays off script.
Yeah, you chase him out of the pocket, you're almost doing him a favor. But
Right.
he's great in the pocket too, Jim. Just very calm and just his throwing action. There's something real pretty about it.
3rd and goal. Looking to the near side. Some hand fighting, but it's in for the touchdown. Dylan Alford. Lacey with his 5th touchdown of the season. Alford with his 2nd touchdown reception. And Saraland found the opening possession. Marches it from about midfield all the way down, and they jump on top Blount by a score of 6-0.
That's just a very talented quarterback with really good wide receivers, and you watched it the whole way down the field, Jim. It never seemed like he was out of sorts. Even when he was pressured, he did the right thing, got it out of his hand.
And our first A&S Calvert touchdown of the evening, and the PAT is good by Kingston, and Saraland with the lead on top by a score of 7-0. Lacey, touchdown pass number 86 here as a member of the Spartans. Friday Night Rivals.
Boy, that kid just...
Rivals brought to you by Dr. Pepper has us tonight in Saraland for a 6A Region 1 matchup. Spartans and Leopards here tonight. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan here in Saraland. I see our Smile Cam there, brought to you by McMurphy Orthodontics. The Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam, brought to you by McMurphy Orthodontics. Are you ready to smile? Stedman McMurphy watching the game here tonight. There's C.D. Gill, who had a couple catches on that one. Caden Kelly sitting next to him, and when we get a shot of KJ Lacey on the sideline, he'll have a smile. He's always got a big smile on his face.
Yeah, and I think right now they're looking at some of the film. You know, they're studying what they just did going down the field, and what they did was, by the way, Lacey was 5 of 7, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Just the way he looks doing it, Jim.
And this way he's looked from day one.
Yeah.
Singleton again, and a fair catch inside the 30 by the Leopards.
They'd like to establish some run here, Jim. Obviously, they'd like to keep the quarterback out of second, third, and long. They didn't have any success trying to do that with the short pass, their opening drive, so let's see what they try to do now.
Blount hasn't beaten the Saraland team since 2016.
It's been that long.
Saraland 8-2 all time against Blount. And Wiggins out in the backfield. Now they bring Lazarick Johnson in, and now fumble picked up by the Spartans. Rumbling in the near side for the touchdown. Damon Williams. Oh, he's going to be stopped. Oh, I thought he was going in. Going to be stopped at the 1. So disaster for the Leopards.
He had penetration there, and he had a bad snap. That's what started it all. And then on the attempted handoff, everything just kind of bamboozled from the bad snap.
Williams.
And then, you know, just piled on top of each other. And this is the exact wrong thing that Blount wanted to happen.
And this is how the game gets out of hand in a heartbeat. And
this is the conversation we had with the coach before the game. We got to do this. We can't do that. Well, they're doing that.
Dr. Pepper maroon zone all the way 1st and goal at the 4. Motion to the near side. McWilliams up the middle. He's hit, drops the shoulder, and this time he is in for the touchdown. Sante McWilliams with the score. His second touchdown of the season, had one last week, and our A&S Calvert touchdown. As we look at the replay here, Williams, good penetration there, but was able to just battle in. I think Elijah Smith got up on him, and Williams just has a knack for finding the end zone.
Sante's almost always going to have the pad level on you, right?
Yep, for sure.
So he uses that to his advantage, and a great young man and a really good football player too. He'll be playing Division I somewhere next year.
One great student as well.
Yeah.
One play scoring drive, and now if you're Blount, you're like, okay, we got to. So Saraland gets the touchdown their first drive. Blount gets it back, and on their first play, a bad snap, and then ball gets knocked loose. Rumbling up the near side. I gave him a touchdown a little early as Williams had it, but McWilliams ends up coming in for the score, and Saraland on top big early. On Twitter. Halfway through the opening quarter, and the first 6 minutes and 22 seconds weren't all that bad for Blount. Defense wasn't playing all that bad when they have a turnover, and Saraland almost gets the fumble recovery, almost a scoop and score instead of the one, and now just like that, Blount's down 2 scores.
Well, also they had that great field position, because I don't know if that punt was blocked or not, but that was kind of the plan a little bit. That Jeff Kelly was like, if we've got something here. If we're able to hold them and get a shot at that punter, and they certainly affected the punt.
Yep.
So they had a short field, scored there methodically. And then, of course, what just happened was, an excerpt from the nightmare that Ramon Nilsson had last night. Like, we can't have this happen. And it just happened.
And just a bad snap. This time they'll punt it to the near side. A fair catch will be called for at the 22. All right, now see if Blount can get the ground game going a little bit here.
Well, good luck with that. There's a guy named Antonio Coleman, right in the middle of Blount's defense, number 95. He's not the only one either. Houston Owens is 6'3", 240 on a defensive end. This is a big talent, and he's a centerpiece.
Yeah, they start 3 seniors up there. They're not young; they're just inexperienced because they were so deep up there the past few years. Of course, Coleman has been starting now 3 years for the Spartans. And there's Wiggins. Wiggins looking to throw pressure. Rolls to the near side. He's going to drop the shoulder, just get forced out of bounds as Zion Williams there to not allow him to escape, and good coverage downfield. Nobody open for Wiggins to throw it to. He was looking for Naheem Thomas down the near side, but couldn't get it to him. So
it was Antonio Coleman right over center, skipped by him. Immediately there was pressure, and then really nothing for Wiggins to do.
Stay with Williams in the backfield. Now snap over the head of Wiggins, bouncing, and are they going to give this one a touchdown this time? They'll say it is a touchdown. Second time for Damone Williams in for the score, and 2 bad snaps has this one feeling almost out of reach.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these things kind of go together, right? You've got Antonio Coleman over the center. So the center's feeling uncomfortable with that, possibly. Is that leading to the bad snaps? Not sure.
Yeah.
But it all seems
not
to work
helping.
together. Not helping.
A.M.S. Calvert touchdown for Williams, who has 2 fumble recoveries on the night. And the PAT is good. And Blount's run 5 plays so far here tonight. That's 21-0. No chance for Wiggins on this one. And Williams picks it up, lunges forward, bobbles it, has it. Another Saraland touchdown. 5.5 to go in the first.
All right, Friday Night Rivals. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Mobile County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Paul Birch. Thanks a bunch, guys. Appreciate it. Greer's Market since 1916.
And another fair catch called for at the 22. So we're saying, okay, Blount would like to get the running game going a little bit. Blount would just like to get the quarterback center exchange going.
Yeah, it's a little more basic than that, right? Boy, a tough way to start.
Just about kick this one again. Was there a penalty? Was our red hat still on the field? I'm not sure what happened here. They're gonna. Jeff Kelly's getting an explanation.
So it's not a penalty, just a do-over?
Yeah, like at the park, so redo in the backyard.
Okay.
I wonder if maybe, I wonder if he didn't have if he kicked it before the official gave him the
yeah,
good to go.
Got it.
That's it. Yeah, clearly. Yeah, clearly Tucker Singleton didn't realize Dan Brennan had not finished the billboard read yet. He hadn't finished Greer's yet, and he kicked off.
I hadn't gotten to this Greer's Market.
Yeah. So same thing, except down to the far hash.
So the referees, let me get this straight. The referees don't have earpieces where they're listening to the broadcast?
Maybe. I mean, that's maybe. So
surprised by that.
Our red hat had not officially stepped off the field yet. Tucker Singleton was like, "Come on, let's go, chop chop, let's go."
So often that our commentary up here would provide clarity for the referees.
All right, let us help you. All right, so Blount needs some help here. They need to just kind of stem the tide a little bit, try to get away from being quite so rattled, and back to the line of scrimmage. And
positive yards, Jim.
Yeah, Houston Owens wrapped up Jerome Williams there in the backfield. I asked Coach Nelson, I said, Jerome Williams related to Deshaun Williams, who was so great running the ball Blount past few years? He said, no relation there.
TJ Wright, was that our guy from years ago?
Yeah, on staff over there now.
Yeah, saw him on the sideline. Great little slot receiver years ago, and just very friendly fella.
Pickup of 2. Wiggins has Johnson in motion. Back to Williams, and he'll fall ahead for a few. Kind of felt like he had something going there, got tripped up just from behind. And 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, we were talking before the game, and I was asking Coach, I said, I know the problems have been on offense. Is there anything that you feel good about? He said that the counter worked pretty well last
Against
week.
Viger, yeah.
And so we felt good about that. But like Jim says, it's been a matter of getting the play started with the right snap at the right spot.
Lazarick Johnson now replaces Williams in the backfield on 3rd and 6. Inside give, and nothing doing there. And the ball comes loose again, bounces up into the hands of the Spartans. And now, to get an official, I don't want, I got to get a little ahead of myself on the last one. Is A.J. Martin, the corner. We saw the helmet come off. Let's watch here on our Local 505 replay. Oh, it's Coleman. Was he down on that?
I wonder.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it. And now,
Watch this.
was he in? Let's see if he's.
I think
he looked like he was down.
I think he was down.
Now we'll see if Martin, the good hustle by Thomas. I don't know if they credited Martin with that or not, but 2 defensive touchdowns in the first quarter.
I think the ground caused that fumble too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a violent tackle by Coleman, and he's known to do that, but he wrapped up Johnson and slung him down. And of course, now here also, so at the Jumbotron, they have our feed here, so we're showing at the end. Let's see, did he get across? Hard to tell from the far side.
Who ended up with the ball in the end?
So,
wow, Blount ended up with the ball in the end too.
it's hot.
There might be 2 reasons
Yeah,
that wasn't a touchdown.
Not sure if the ground didn't cause the fumble on Johnson. I mean, it's just Coleman wrapped him up and almost like the Greco-Roman wrestling takedown. Yeah. So 28-0, and Saraland's offense has not had to be on the field here for the.
Yeah, if you're guessing how it got to be 28-0, just forget about it. You won't get it right. You assume this offense, this great quarterback and his receivers are doing the job. Watch again now. Coleman throws him. Still got the ball
on the ground. Boy, he's down.
Well, it might have been coming loose. It was close.
Sure, kind of looked down. Now, one will take this one is Miller up the near side and forced out of bounds. Whew.
Wow.
Saraland offense had that first drive, 52 yards, and then a one-play, 2-yard drive, and then their defense with back-to-back scoop and scores.
Crazy.
3 turnovers in the first half. There's Coach Ramon Nelson, and of course he and Jeff Kelly both took Satsuma to the playoffs in their career. Coach was at Satsuma, and of course, great player Theodore. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, and falling up to about the 30. Yeah, Coach Nelson came here last year, 4th coach in 5 years at Blount. They had a lot of turnover there, and
That's never good.
no, and they're hoping they can kind of get things settled down. And Coach Nelson, it'd be great to see him there. Jeff Kelly, what a run he's had here at Saraland. He's been here, it's his 14th season, been here every year except the very first one at Saraland. Of course, we'll talk all about what this Saraland team has done in the state championship game last 2 years. Fired down the near side and nearly picked off. Is that one? Wardrick Jones was the safety trying to close in on that one. Jeff Kelly, of course, runner-up last year, won the state championship 2 years ago, runner-up in 2014 and 2018 here at Saraland as well. It really is. I mean, he's been the guy that has just taken this program from, he again came here in year 2, but it's pretty much been him growing this football program for 14 of the 15 years.
He's grown in every way imaginable, Jim, and to the point we get here tonight, and there's such a huge support staff around the stadium, around the parking, around everything.
Dumped out of the backfield and tripped up at about the 34. Going to be short of the first down. Now they're going to bring the punt team on here, and we saw the first one almost get blocked as Demetre Sewell with the stop.
Yeah, Blount, this is not a sure thing right here either. They're not in punt blocks, so there's that.
So C.D. Gill will stand back about his own 35. Low bounding kick and end over end hops and takes a blunt roll, and we'll see the Saraland offense come out here for them to take over at about the 28. That's just falling apart quickly here in the first quarter, and Saraland on top big, and they've just done it. It's not, you don't want to take anything away from. They've been opportunistic, but it's been Blount just,
giving it to you.
Yeah, really. It's a tough thing to do for sure. KJ Lacey, Texas commit, slings this one to the near side, hangs it up in the air, and diving and unable to come up with it was Alford. And that's the other thing you notice. It looks effortless when he throws the ball.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's where he's different than
40 yards in the air.
Yeah, and nearly anybody we've seen. No sweat, not a big deal. You know what I think? I think you're open, and it's pretty much right there. A little underthrown, but that's a catch that Alfred will make much of the time, right?
Yeah, bring up 2nd and 10 for Lacey. Had touchdown throws of 65 and 63 yards last week against Jackson. Fake to McWilliams, and on the rollout, able to get it off on the far side, and Deshaun Spencer is the first down. He's upended to the 48-yard line. And it'll pick up first down and then some. Yeah.
Look at just the ease, and now it's a quick out, and it's a really good player, and you're going to get 20 yards out of it. And that's how efficiently Saraland does it.
Inside Leopard territory. Spencer in motion. Get it to him out of the backfield. Got a block on the near side, and Spencer just slithers ahead inside the 40, and that'll be good for another Saraland first down.
Simple thing, Jim. But
Roof Doctor first down.
you got a good swing pass, but thrown perfectly on a line.
Get a great block on the edge.
Watch him get it to him real quick right there. So he can continue with his momentum.
Yep.
It's not a small thing. That's what Lacey does all the time.
Yeah. And Sean Spencer kind of limping off after that one. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he catches the ball with momentum already headed upfield.
Yeah, the yards he gained largely are due to the placement of the pass.
Actually, they'll back him up a half yard, make it 2nd and less than 1. But now out of the backfield, McWilliams will pick up the first down and then some as he's to the 20-yard line. Now it's a Roof Doctor first down. And that'll probably bring... Nope, they'll have to snap it one more time here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, you're looking at that score, and it has not been an offensive explosion. It really hasn't. It's been the plays that they've made on the defensive side, or plays that Blount has made offensively that were kind of blundered. That last touchdown could have been disputed for sure.
Yep, pre-snap
Saraland.
flag here. I think it's going to be maybe Blount have 12 on the field. Maybe.
This has just become a social here now, you know.
Oh, for sure.
With the score out of control and everybody safely in place on a cooler night. we've had a lot of cloud cover, so that's kept the temperature down.
Lacey, middle of the field, fires it, able to get that one complete inside the 10, and now down to the 5-yard line into the Dr. Pepper Maroon red zone, able to get that one off and complete. Shakari Harris, oh, correct, that's 18. Taryn Senegal with the reception there, another laser. Roof Doctor's first down and into the Dr. Pepper red zone. And they'll let the clock run out here, and it'll be first and goal coming up to start the second for the Spartans. Up big here early in the first, opening up region play, and dominant and taking advantage of some blunt miscues, and KJ Lacey with the first one, and then the third touchdown. Williams there. Saraland on top with 2 defensive scores, 28-0, and they're about to punch another one in, looks like, to start the second on Friday Night Rivals. Ready to start the second. It's first and goal in that Dr. Pepper Maroon zone for the Spartans, already on top by a score of 28-0. They're looking to add more on first and goal. Lacey looking to throw, zings it into the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Lacey with the, again, zips it, puts it right on the money for the touchdown.
You've got all the throws, doesn't he? Watch this. A lot of zip. Of course, it's Gill.
It's Alfred, actually.
Oh, Alfred, I should say. Yeah, he makes a nice sliding catch, nearly unopposed in the end zone.
And Amonis Calvert, touchdown for the Saraland Spartans. And they on top big here by a score of 35-0, one play into the second quarter. All right, now you're Coach Ramon Nelson. You're just kind of scrambling, like, okay, so we got to get some positives takeaway somehow, anywhere that we can.
You know, you watch it and you sit here and you try to analyze what you've seen so far, thinking, well, what can they do? Well, if the snap isn't good, nothing's going to be good. Right. So you've got to get that straightened out first of all, obviously. And then, you know, can you get a push? Can you get a couple of first downs on the ground, or give yourself a third and short with it? Wiggins is able to operate and convert those first downs. Blount's got to keep their head up. They got a long way to go. It's like being a long way from shore. You still got to swim there. And it's 3 more quarters. Something's going to happen. You might as well start making something good happen.
Fairhope leads Faith Academy 21-0 in the second quarter. And Singleton super high to the near side, and Miller will take that at the 18. Goes across the field, and Williams will wrap him up and bring him down inside the 15. They'll mark it in about the 16-yard line.
Yep. You got speed. We've got speed too.
Yep.
Don't try that action. Try to cross the field.
And Williams, who's got 2 fumble recoveries. Damon Williams in the first quarter and a touchdown, has the special team stop there as well. 6'1", 210.
He's been involved, hasn't he?
I would say. And it's a big Saraland lead. Gulf Shores and Mary G. Goodwin out in Sims tonight, 7-7. That one's still in the first quarter. Were you wondering how Opp was doing against Northview, Dan?
I was.
The Aaron family hometown on top by a score of 14-0. Wiggins with Williams in the backfield. Dumps it out, and nice catch there by Williams, and he lost his footing at the line of scrimmage. It's a nice catch by Williams. That one had to get over the outstretched arm to the Saraland defender. As Wiggins went to turn the corner.
And notice the penetration here doesn't make this play nearly as clean. Wow. And that might have been
Williams
again. Might have been
yeah.
Williams again, yeah.
Yeah,
He has been a ball hawk tonight. That was nearly a pick 6.
And both bad snaps, went to the left side, his side.
And he was ready.
Get a yard on that one, 2nd and 9. Wiggins again dumps this one off and up the far side. And that was Eric Johnson, and Johnson gets 3rd and manageable a little bit here for the Leopards.
Yeah, you're just looking for something positive if you're Blount.
Got friends checking and watching this game. Pat Ivy down in Orange Beach. Checking in to watch the Friday Night Rivals.
Boy, evidently it was quite a game last week here between Saraland and Jackson.
3rd and we'll call it 6. Empty backfield. Low snap. Wiggins on the scramble. It needs to be wrapped up and dropped back at the 10. Again, low snap, throws off the timing, and Wiggins has to roll out. Williams is there. Wiggins lost his helmet, and he had other Spartan defenders with him, but it's Williams is in there along with some help coming from Isaiah Mormon, who had a sack last week, and
Jennings, also a youngster off the bench, makes a good play there, 17.
yeah, they've been so good at linebacker for so long here in Saraland, and I think they can get there again this year. They're rotating in a bunch of players and a better punt that time, and hit right as he caught it with C.D. Gill, and he'll bring it up to the 37-yard line. So again, good field position for the Spartans. On top big, 35-0, opening up a region play here on Friday Night Rivals tonight in Saraland. So Saraland opened it up impressive drive on their first possession after they held Blount to a 3-and-out. And then they forced a turnover on the second possession and going for a one-play drive. Then 2 defensive touchdowns in the first quarter, scooping scores by the Spartans, and then touchdown to open things up on the first play of the second quarter. And now Saraland with it. And a hard count is going to make it 1st and 5 from the 37. We'll move it down to the 32-yard line. That's twice Lacey has got the Leopards to jump. That is such an underrated weapon. A quarterback with a cadence who can draw a team off. It's just Aaron Rodgers was a master of it for so long.
5 free yards.
Yep. And then in the NFL, he would know he had a free play and would just chuck it down the field, usually against the Chicago Bears for big yardage. 1st and 5, McWilliams. They don't give it to him. Over the middle, thrown complete, and that's C.D. Gill. It's pitch and catch.
It is. He's so accurate, but it's a beauty contest. Not only is he accurate, it's a thing of beauty to watch. It's a little bit like in the NFL, you watch an Aaron Rodgers and you say,
yep,
who else does it like this guy? Well, at the high school level, I don't remember anybody we've seen that looks quite this unaffected by things around him and playing nice and easy, and things just happen.
Local 119 first down for the Spartans, and that one off the hands of Caden Kelly, a little low on the throw out there. It'll bring up 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, it's our IBEW halftime show. Dan Brennan will be down on the field with interviewing the stars on site here tonight at
there might be some.
Saraland. There's certainly some in between the white lines right now. And we'll also have our Scholastic Athletes of the Week at halftime. And we're going to get a... Not sure. The officials are not sure. We thought there was going to be a timeout, maybe officials trying to figure out what. The official on the far side blew the whistle but did not drop a flag, and John B turned around, looked like he was going to motion for a timeout. And I'm still
the mystery remains unsolved.
It will remain 2nd and 10 from the 21. Lacey rolls to his right, looking, flings to the back of the end zone and off the hands of Kelly. He also had Dylan Alford back there. Back-to-back incompletions here for Lacey. He rolled out and was able to get away from some early pressure. And
Senegal was back there too, Jim, and I don't know if he touched it before it got to Kelly. There's a lot of receivers in the same area.
3rd and goal. I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 10 from the 21s. Watch here again as Kelly and Lacey both there. Now McWilliams with a move at the 10, breaks out of a shirt jersey tackle, and he's inside the 10 down to the 9, so it'll be another first down here. Local 119. Plumbers, pipe fitters, and service techs first down. Also into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. And Sante McWilliams has the Spartans in a 1st and goal situation. Lacey off to McWilliams, and Blount's defense does a good job to knock him out of bounds there with no gain on that one. Braxton Thompson, the senior linebacker there. A handful of tackles against Viger last week. Knocks McWilliams out of bounds for no gain.
I would suppose, considering down in distance, and the All-American type quarterback, that you let him pick out somebody in the end zone and trust him. Let's see.
Alford split out wide to the bottom of the screen. Gill in the slot, and I think Blount hustled to get a timeout. Did not like that alignment, and Blount gets the timeout before the snap there. Did I think, you know, all right, come back. First and goal coming up. Second and goal coming up from the 10 after this timeout here on Friday Night Rivals.
Okay.
Second and goal coming up. 4 minutes into the second quarter. A couple of defensive touchdowns, 3 offensive touchdowns for Saraland, and looking to make it 4 here from the 10. Lacey.
Wow.
Wow. So he looked like he got Blount to jump on the near side, but then up at the top of the screen had some Sparty moving as well. It looked like they're going to get Blount.
Wow, they got
on the
Blount.
first, yeah.
Okay.
And it did look like they moved first at the bottom of the screen. So it'll just be second and goal from the 5 now.
This might change the play. They had 4 wide set up on that second at the 10. Could change now.
No, now they're going to come back and say, no, it was against Saraland after
Okay.
a conference. Move it back to the 15. So, you know, we haven't seen Deshaun Spencer out there since we saw him limp off in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why Senegal
He's got more time tonight,
out
right?
there more, yep. So, second goal from the 15 now. Lacey looking to his right, wants to fade, throws it to the corner, back shoulder catch, Alford, touchdown Spartans.
I don't know, can you maybe do it any better?
What a throw, what a catch.
Yeah.
Watch.
This is called being on the same page, Jim. Okay, we're going to get it to you. It's going to be the back shoulder. The cornerback does not see what you're doing, nor does he see where the ball is. And you're
wasn't in a bad position either.
No, he was in a good position. He just didn't see the ball.
AMS Calvert touchdown for the Spartans, and Alford with another touchdown here tonight, and Singleton. Is that 3? Is that 2 for Alford? Yeah, 2 for Alford. Gill's got 1. McWilliams has got 1 on offense. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
Oh, I thought you were giving me 1.
Yeah, maybe. So, all right, here's what's going on. Daphne not playing in 7A. They haven't started up region play for everybody yet. Daphne at Pine Forest, Gulf Shores, and Mary G. That's a good one out in Sims tonight. Foley got the win over BC Rain last night in a close game down in Foley. Fairhope leading Faith Academy, and Bryant and Baker will try to get you a score on that one. That is a region game. McGill and Murphy tonight in 6A. Spanish Fort and Theodore down in South County. Baldwin County hosting St. Paul's. As we said, Gulf Shores playing out of region tonight, taking on Mary G. Okay. Thought we were going to see 5A. We'll leave you hanging there at 6A with the Singleton kick to come, and falling down and making the catch was Miller. It's twice we've seen Blount players slip down here. All right, keep going. 5A, UMS hosting LaFleur. Boy, we were just talking to break. It was really tough for teams to score on UMS right with that defense we saw last week.
If they play like that all year, they're going to be tough to score on.
Citronelle at the beach tonight. As we said, Foley beat Rain last night. Williamson and Wayne County tonight. Tuscaloosa County and Viger. And Faith Academy and Fairhope with a non-region matchup. And Fairhope was on top big in that one. And then we look at our 4A games. Cottage Hill at home against Satsuma. As we said, Orange Beach at home tonight. Monroe County and Escambia County. Excel at home. Jackson and Demopolis. And busy night of Friday night rivals. 3A Bayside on the road. As we said, Satsuma taking on Cottage Hill. And Illusion Hillcrest tonight. Wilmington and Chickasaw. And Strawn and TR Miller. Again, a low snap. But I thought Wiggins put his knee down.
I know.
Yeah, I think they're going to whistle him down. As when he bent down to pick it up, I think he put his knee down. And
The snaps have been inaccurate in a variety of ways.
Right.
They've been way over his head, high and outside, and also
Bayshore Christian on the road tonight against McIntosh, St. Luke's and Marengo, Clark County and Leroy, Central and Blackshirt. Games all in our viewing area here tonight. And 1A game, Sweetwater and Thomasville. Dan Brennan and I have done that game in the past. Leroy's at home against Clark County. Fruitdale and Pleasant home. Southern Choctaw at home tonight. Wiggins now with some room up the right side on the run. Going to be knocked down with a good open field tackle there past the original line of scrimmage as he was brought down on the play by A.J. Martin. And third down now coming up for the Leopards. And third and about 13. Get behind the sticks, Dan. It's tough to run a counter play, right?
yeah, that's what Ramon Nelson likes to run is the counter, and they've not given themselves an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, had some success with it against Viger last week. Wiggins going to pull it down, and now Wiggins will just slide and get brought down at about the 30 and going to be well short of the first down as Wiggins was being chased out there by Williams. He has seen enough of Williams tonight, so it's going to bring up fourth down and punting situation coming up for the Leopards here is. Actually, have they got a first down here tonight? Dan, I'm not sure Blount's had a first down yet.
No, they have not had a first down. And the punt can be kind of risky as well, because they haven't protected well.
Evans Elakima, the punter, went high and short. Just take a pretty good Blount hop, but Saraland going to have great field position at the 48-yard line. So, Dan, you know, sometimes you play word association, like I give you a word and just first thing that comes to your mind. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a heat timeout. 42-0 Saraland with a good field position when we come back here in the second. A little more than halfway through the second quarter. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here at Saraland tonight, and Spartans on top big as they open up region play against Blount, and Sante McWilliams going to plow ahead inside the 40 for a gain of 16, and that's going to be good for a local 119 first down here for the Spartans.
Big, huge hole in the middle. McWilliams really didn't have to do anything but just run straight forward, and he wasn't touched till he was about 12 yards downfield.
But get a whistle before that one gets going. I'm not sure if they might have had some. I think they might have had an issue with the chain on the far side.
Something's got to slow Saraland down. Let it be the chain. You know, Bayshore Christian Academy, you were talking about that team. It's only been playing football now a short period of time.
Yeah, first games this year, right?
This is it.
Coach Lazenby.
Lazenby, our old friend from UMS Wright many years ago. And, of course, he won a lot of games as the head guy, Bayside Academy.
Yeah, they lead McIntosh 14-0 right now after the first quarter.
Fills up.
Bayshore Academy's
wow.
up 14-0 in the first quarter. Did you hear Nick Saban on McAfee talk about Pat White, former Daphne quarterback,
I
today?
missed that, but Pat White was on set.
Yeah. Saban's still a little upset he got away to West Virginia. Inside and nowhere to go. Going to be a loss for McWilliams on that one. Elijah Smith, the junior linebacker, in there with good penetration. Rare time Saraland goes backwards here. Trying to find a score from down at Theodore and Spanish Fort. Haven't got one yet. 2nd and 12, and boy, Alikama just comes in and wipes out the 2-yard loss on first down there with the encroachment penalty, and now they'll make it 2nd and 7 for the Spartans. Dan will talk to Jeff Kelly at the end of quarter number 2 here, heading into halftime.
Already map questing my route.
Your strategy.
Yeah.
Jeff's going to say, yeah, still got a lot of football left in this game.
Yeah. And also, what took you so long?
It's very patient on game day. Lacey, all kinds of time. Looks to the right side, open with the high-handed catches C.D. Gill. What a strike. Lacey, 34 yards. What a throw. Right on the hands of Gill.
He was looking over the whole field, Jim, and that's the last place he looked. And once he saw what he saw, watch his head snap. Like, this guy. Oh, there it is.
Amonis Calvert touchdown. C.D. Gill with his 2nd here tonight. And Singleton stays perfect on the night. It is 49-0 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter here. Watch as we isolate on Lacey. Steps into the throw. Gill doesn't need much, but you get behind a DB, and Lacey's going to find it.
He had the momentum, Jim. I think Gill was in motion on that play, and then he just turned that momentum into a streak straight down the middle of the field. And you had to know that Lacey, in his mind, was like, it's probably the guy that's going to be open right there. And in the end, he saw him and ripped it in there. And notice, too, Jim, the way he throws different passes with intention.
Yep.
He throws a bullet when he needs a
touch.
bullet. Yeah,
the touch.
He's got incredible touch. Incredible touch.
Lacey picking up where we saw him on TV last year. Looking just spectacular.
Yeah.
And Singleton again with that high Rainbow kicked to the near side, fumbled, ball loose on the field and recovered by the Spartans. Sewell was down there on coverage, a little miscommunication by Blount as to who was going to field that punt. Tamadre Sewell is hustling down there, gets on the loose ball, and another Blount. So Sewell was the one in pressure, and then able to get it as well, and another Blount turnover.
You know, you're at halftime, not quite, not even there yet. And you have to wonder if this is the worst evening in Blount football history.
Oh, check on that in the second half. Saraland won this game last year 59-20. They're knocking on the door, putting 56 up in the first half.
And the way they've done it is so much of it off these Blount miscues.
Now Blount, I think they got the timeout in before they had too many players on the field. All right, so we'll give us get you a score here. Theodore on top of Spanish Sports, 7-3 at the half.
Okay.
And that 6A Region 1 game. Dan Brennan.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody that is part of our Friday night rivals, including Dean Wade Injury Lawyers. They've been a sponsor for some time.
Scholastic Athlete sponsor this year.
Yep. Also, thank you very much to McMurphy Orthodontics. Roof doctors. Got a sick roof? There you go. And AM/NS Calvert as well.
Couldn't have touchdowns this week without them. Couldn't. They couldn't.
Well,
they're hiring right now.
They're only giving one side touchdown so far tonight.
All right. Lacey with a high snap gives it up. McWilliams, a huge hole on the left side, and that's going to be a Roof Doctors first down and a visit into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. And you just see the body language of these young kids, and you're just boy.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. And I mean, this is a young offensive line for Saraland. Jeff Kelly's got to like to see what he sees right there.
He was very complimentary of this Blount defensive line coming into this game. You talked to him this week. When I talked to him this week, he had the same thing to say. Lacey with a little hard count there, and Jeff Kelly just letting the clock run all the way down, and he's going to take his timeout with 3:17 left. Oh, and you know what? Saraland gets the ball to start the third quarter as well. Okay, so I was going to say, you know, word association. Sometimes you can play. I want to do a number association with you here, Dan.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a number. First thing pops in your head.
All right.
1,428. 1,428. I'll tell you, we're going to look at a smile cam while you think about that.
Money in my savings account?
No, I would guess the under on that. McMurphy Orthodontics smile cam. Dr. Sedman McMurphy, a proud part of the broadcast here tonight. And if you're ready to smile, they can get you all lined up and get those. Make sure the chiclets are all in place. 1,428. That's the number of days it's been since Saraland has lost at home.
Wow.
You know, all the way back to
Let me guess the opponent.
October 2nd, 2020.
Spanish Fort.
Right in the middle of a pandemic here, 24-21. Inside, McWilliams lunges. And it's going to be just short of another first down, but it'll be second and about 1 from the 2. Probably see, I would guess you kind of see Jeff Kelly like try to use up some of the play clock here, just kind of maybe slow things down a little bit at the half. We're inside 3 minutes to go. Lacey rolling out to the right side, wide open, drops it for the touchdown, rolls out. With the touchdown, Leighton Strickland with the touchdown, big tight end. Boy, he was wide open.
Yeah, but watch this. I mean, that's the magic of Lacey.
Yeah, there's 5 Blount defenders in the end zone and none around. Leighton Strickland for the A&S Calvert touchdown. And boy, his teammates are super excited for him to get it.
If we look at those stats, probably not a bunch of catches on the year for.
Yeah, tight end, tackle.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just tell how popular a teammate he is with the rest of his team there. Look at how excited they are for him to get the touchdown. Boy, this is a really great scene. You might have to ask Coach Kelly about Leighton Strickland and the touchdown there. That's a pretty big emotional response there from the.
I'm sure they drew up the play just for him.
Yep, and his teammates were happy to get him. Yeah, talking about that. So since the 2018 season, Saraland is 31-3 here at home. I mean, it's just so impressive, and they're going to get the win here tonight. But yeah, that was a game we did here on Friday Night Rivals, right?
I'm sure we did. 2020. Wow.
Yep.
The pandemic year.
Almost 4 years.
So did they limit crowds that year? I don't remember.
No, I don't know. They don't, because I think we're outside.
Yeah.
And it was, it started in March, and that was in October. So I think we were outside by then.
Yeah, but we had a lot of events. I mean, look at the SEC. They were at 25% capacity, remember?
Social distancing. And going backwards is Miller, and now way backwards more, and he's all the way inside the 10, down to about the 7 is where they'll mark him down, and Blount way down deep, and they could really use one of those, their first down here, just to try to get out of this first half.
They couldn't find a break if it slapped them in the face. They keep trying to go wide here against this kickoff team, and there's a lot of speed in red as well.
Blount pinned down deep. Yeah, we're talking about Coach Nelson in 2000. He was playing out at Theodore, and he was the 6A back of the year. Threw for 3,295 yards, 29 TDs. Threw for 461 against Pelham. I mean, 461.
I think I remember. Well, I probably missed.
It was the first year we started doing the games.
Yeah,
in 2000.
It seems to me they were scoring 40 points a game with ease.
Yeah, Coach Downing, right down there at that time, right? In 2000.
Yep,
yeah,
sure,
for sure.
He retired in like 03, 04.
Yeah, and then did some of the private school thing. Yeah, for a while. Private school thing. Like he actually went to be a head coach at a private school, Jim.
Well, but that's all right. But the landscape has really changed a lot in these 20 years. I mean, Saraland wasn't a school.
No, 15 years. I mean, 15 years. They've gone to the state championship game 4 times and won 1-1. Had a great season last year. Came up just short, literally about 2 yards short at the end of the game last year in the Super 7. And now you see Coach Nelson just on 3rd down here trying to kind of use up much of the play clock as he can. 3rd and 3. If they could get their first down, it would be big to not have to punt down deep here again. Wiggins gives it off up the middle, and they are going to have their first down as Williams across the 30, and a local 119 first down. And maybe one. They can
another player too here.
Yeah. I think Coach Nelson is just like, we'll get this one where we don't have to snap it maybe again after this, and just try to get out of here and get the regroup going. And trying to bounce to the outside is Williams, and the helmet came off and flags came flying in. There was a face mask in there that maybe caused the helmet to be dislodged. Sean B., our referee.
Face mask.
15-yard face mask penalty against the Spartans. That will make Jeff Kelly happy.
No, if there's one thing this half, I think everything else will.
So 31 seconds left here in second quarter. That's been all Saraland so far. Maybe the last play here of the first half, and Williams gets a little bit going out to the 45, but that will bring the quarter to a close. And a big first half for the Saraland Spartans, on top by a score of 56-0. Is wait for Coach Jeff Kelly and Dan Brennan to come on. I see Dan up around the 20. He's making his way over to Coach Kelly. He's going to take a few steps and he'll meet him even a little bit closer yet. Big first half for Saraland. They're on top big, and Dan Brennan is down there with the head coach of the Spartans, Jeff Kelly. Dan.
Jeff Kelly at half, everything went your way. You took advantage of every break you got, and you got a bunch of them.
You know, we got some breaks early. You know, defensively we had some turnovers there, and got us some quick scores. And you know, all in all, I thought we've done some things pretty well. We've executed well at times. I thought we've been balanced offensively. KJ's had a good half. We've been able to get some run stuff going in the second quarter. So, you know, all in all, a pretty good half.
Real quick, I think the audience, if they're wondering anything right now, they're thinking, how do you approach the second half of a game like this?
You know, we're going to get in there and, you know, get with our coaches and, you know, see how we want to approach the second half. And obviously we want to come out and have a good taste and finish the right way and that kind of stuff, but also maybe get a chance to play some of our other guys as well.
Thanks a bunch, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Halftime, it is 56-0. Saraland on top, back to Jim upstairs.
All right. Thanks, Coach Kelly. Thanks, Dan Brennan. All Sparty in the first half. Looking at Dylan Alford with one there. And then we had Strickland, who everybody got excited for. And all Saraland on top. 56-0 here on Friday Night Rivals in Week 2 as we open up region play in 6A, Region 1.
And Brennan on the sideline. We've got the principal of Saraland High School.
Yes, sir. Scott Crowley.
Scott Crawley. I want to get to Olivia. She's our athlete of the week from Dean Wade, but he's the principal. He can throw me off campus. So I have to talk to you first. How exciting is it to be the principal at a school that is thriving in every possible way?
Super exciting. This truly is a special place for a lot of different reasons. One of them standing right next to you right now. We have unbelievable kids. We have unbelievable support from our school board, through our community leaders, and then our community itself. It truly is a special place to be.
We never drive up here where there isn't something new going in. And there's always construction, there's always a forward feeling to Saraland High School, am I right?
Absolutely. If you're not growing, if you're dying, and you're going backwards, that's right. So always something going on here. Anything that we can do to be able to provide for our kids, that's what we're going to do.
How are you doing in your rookie year?
Well, I've been here for a very long time. I actually used to be on the sidelines here and have made my way up.
Rookie year is the head guy, you know.
Yes. So it's been a great year to start with. We've gone through 2 home games, 2 unbelievable crowds, and just a great start to the school year altogether.
Do you mind if I talk to Olivia?
Please do. She's probably much better than I.
Olivia, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. You are Dean Waite, injury attorney, student athlete of the week for Saraland High School. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm greatly honored.
Tell us about what you do on what's your sport of choice.
So I'm a softball player, a varsity softball player. I play right field under Coach Sonny. Loved every minute. I've been playing since freshman year.
Is this your senior year?
Yes, sir.
What are the plans for the team this year?
I think we have a really good chance to make a really good run. We've got a lot coming back. We did lose a couple seniors, but I think we have a really good chance.
Well, good luck to you. Congratulations on the award, and the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Young, talented, and poised young lady right there on the sidelines with a brand new principal and our student athlete of the week, Dan Brennan, back to the booth, and Jim Cox.
The following segment is sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
One of the things that resonates us at Coca-Cola United and Dr. Pepper that correlates between team sports and back into our business is no doubt is teamwork. Just expanding upon that, and it's not something that's natural. You're going through school. It's about you having, your grades being good, doing what your mom and daddy tells you to do. Being a good youth is bringing that team environment together, and it is so imperative that they have. We see time and time again, not that anybody can't be successful in it, but they have a jump start of what a team environment looks like, and everybody working together and pulling together for a common goal, and it just puts them miles and miles ahead.
yeah, that's the score at the half. It's been all Saraland. As Dan was just talking to Jeff Kelly, they've been taking advantage of some great opportunities. Blount having trouble turning the football over, and all Saraland in the first half. Blount got a first down very late in the final plays of the first half to get their first one of that first half. That's how little they had going on offense. And you were talking to Jeff Kelly, Dan, and it's just he just wants to come out, finish strong, and get out of here healthy. And it's just it's just.
And I thought there, these are the tough interviews to do. It would be tough for talking to Ramon right now, obviously.
Right.
But, I was thinking to myself, what would the audience want to know? I think it's like, you're up 56. You're at home. You're very good. You're very good. How do you manage the second half? And I thought he was honest with me, but he said, "I'll get with the coaches and talk about it."
Yeah, like we were saying, they've got some young, inexperienced players that he has great respect for Blount, but you still got to do what's right for you and get your kids reps when you can sometimes,
yeah,
right?
I think you're right. If you're looking at the big picture, when do you just kind of pull the laundry and put everybody new in with the well, I was going to say nobody's got dirt on their on their uniforms now with the turf, but when do you start to put some of those fresh jerseys in the game? How soon do you do that? And again, how do you manage that and allow those kids to get better?
And you saying you want to get your starters, they still need to get reps, especially this early in the season, but you also want to get those kids that show up every day for practice, work their tails off, and they aren't the starters, but you want to give them a chance to be rewarded and go out there and play on a Friday night.
This is an opportunity.
For sure.
Right here, 56-0. And then you look at the season, too, Jim. Man, it's a long grind. And we're in South Alabama. I heard a guy comment as I was walking in. I guess he is a Saraland guy, but it was support staff or something. And the guy said, "Wow, it's muggy today." And the guy said, "Man, it's always muggy in Saraland, Alabama."
No kidding. We might get a little break in January.
Yeah,
that's it. All right, let's take a look at schedules we have for the rest of the season here. So here's what Blount's got. So we'll take on Murphy next week. Murphy's trailing McGill 14-0 right now, and then they got Gulf Shores and Spanish Fort. I mean, they really tough out of the gate for Blount, and then they go to McGill, Baldwin County, then they close out with two tough road games, St. Paul's and Blount.
Theodore.
At Theodore, yeah. So it's tough for everybody in 6A, and a lot of teams are going to beat up on each other all throughout the season. And here's what the Spartans have at Gulf Shores next week. That game will be right here on Friday Night Rivals, our first ever visit to Gulf Shores, who's in a good one right now. It's 14-14 Gulf Shores and 7A Mary G out in Sims tonight.
Yep. Okay.
And so that's a good one. Gulf Shores lost last week. And then Saraland back at home against Spanish Fort. That too will be on Friday Night Rivals. And then they go to McGill, Montgomery Catholic, who's a powerhouse, Baldwin County, St. Paul's, Murphy, and at Theodore to close out the season, which could be a huge battle in 6A Region 1 potentially down the road here. Every week we get to honor our scholar athletes thanks to our friends over at Dean Waite. Dan was talking about it there at the half, and let's check in and find out who our two Scholastic athletes are here for week number 2 of the high school football season.
Hello, I'm Dean Waite of Dean Waite Injury Lawyers, and we're proud to be the sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This week's Scholar Athletes are Chase Howard of Blount High School and Olivia Ray of Saraland High School. Athletically, Chase is a valued member of the Mighty Leopards football team. In the classroom, he holds a remarkable academic and extracurricular record, ranking in the top 10% of his class. Chase serves as a member of the Superintendent School Advisory Council, the Student Government Association, as well as proudly acting as an ambassador for his school. Olivia is a 2-year varsity starter on the Spartan softball team. Last year, she held a .306 batting average, 10 doubles, 5 triples, 2 home runs, and 24 RBIs. In the classroom, she holds a 4.52 GPA and an ACT super score of 34, ranking her 7th in her class. Congratulations, Chase Howard and Olivia Ray. The Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete is presented by Dean Waite Injury Lawyers. The
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Parker makes the catch at the 2. The senior with some room. Weston Parker for CPA down the right sideline. One man to beat. Touchdown Lions. All right, BA will get a chance to answer now. Here they go. This is Neo Clifton with some room. Spinning out to the 40. Past midfield on his feet. Neo Clifton trying to answer with a kick 6 of his own.
Appreciate the hospitality once again, and Baylor necessary in the Wildcat format, and he breaks through, and Baylor necessary has some running room. Baylor necessary is going to go 99 yards for the touchdown. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
Little jet sweep action to the outside. Oh, big hit. We got a fumble in the end zone?
Oh, boy, we've seen it all.
Goodness gracious. The jet sweep to Brody Tonin and a monster hit.
Mitchell scrambling, looking for Marvanus Butler. Brown made the catch inside the 20. A dime down to the 12. My goodness, Josh Stramborski.
The halftime score. See the press box here at Saraland. A lot of games here, and Saraland on top big here in the second half. I think we're going to get a running clock here in the second half as well to kind of speed this one along. So many highlights in the first half. This is the first possession and first of 5 touchdown passes for KJ Lacey. that one to Dylan Alford. And this was Damon Williams who was going in, got tripped up by Williams.
Yeah,
just
big first half.
Yep, one play later, and Sante McWilliams drops the shoulder, and he's got his second touchdown of the year. Then next play, high snap, and here comes Damon Williams, his second fumble recovery. First touchdown, next series, same thing here. Horton with the big tackle, comes loose, and it was picked up there by A.J. Martin. We don't know if they called him in, but the hustle from the backside, the ball came loose, and finally Saraland got on it again, and then K.J. Lacey with another throw to Dylan Alford for the touchdown. And look how pretty this one is. Back shoulder, Dylan Alford, his third in the first half. You want to see another pretty one? How about right down the middle of the field, C.D. Gill. And this one that had the entire Saraland crowd hooping and howling, and the team very excited for Leighton Strickland there to get the touchdown reception. And look at that. It's just first half, just 14 yards of offense for Blount in the first half. 234 for Saraland, and 234. I mean, they scored on a one-play drive, from the 2-yard line on one of their drives, and they had 2 defensive scores. And still 234 in the half. 4 turnovers for Blount in that first half, and just domination and just
miscues.
Just you feel bad for that was not how Blount looked last week against Bayard. They lost 38-6, but it didn't look anything like this. And certainly you say, hey, we're playing a great Saraland team, but they were unforced turnovers.
Yep.
I mean, the 2 bad snaps that led to touchdowns, and then the one fumble that gets jarred loose. But
well, you want to watch them have some success on offense, like we talked before the game. We know the quarterbacks. You got a lot of inexperience, but what do you think you do well? Well, none of that really matters. The counter was the answer, but none of that really matters if you have such a bad percentage of poor exchanges between the center and the quarterback, and that's what they had.
Yeah, so
to say the least.
KJ and Deshaun Spencer, who we didn't see come back after that first half, went limping to the near sideline, and if he didn't come back in the first half, assured he's not going to be back out there in the second half.
Sure.
Now with the game in hand, no reason to risk a injury there. Trying to get you some more. Fairhope all over Faith Academy after Fairhope got pounded by Spanish Fort in week 1. They beat leading Faith Academy 36-0. Gulf Shores leads Mary G 17-14 in the third. Great game going on in Sims. McGill-Toolen leads Murphy by a score of 13-0. Daphne over Pine Forest 20-0. Good win at Bay Minette. St. Paul's and Baldwin County in this region 10-7. The Saints on top of Baldwin County. Monroe County leads Escambia County. Baker leads Bryant 16-0 in the third quarter. Citronelle enjoying their time at the beach this holiday weekend on top 21-7 over the Makos. Bayside leads Marbury 19-0. Bayard leads Tuscaloosa County 29-7. We'll keep you updated in the.
For a region game, that is one heck of a hike from Citronelle to Orange Beach.
Now they were going to try an onside kick here, it looked like. And they get a flag as it bounces out of bounds. I think Saraland will just take the ball. I think they were going to try an onside kick here that maybe just was mishit on the kick, but Jaden Adams. So I think, Saraland will. You see the first team offensive unit coming back out here, probably one series maybe, I guess.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
And again, we'll see how the clock works, but it's going to be from the minute they whistle it in.
Yep, and so the kick went out of bounds there at the 49. And Saraland back out here to start things off. In quarter number 3. High snap again, and Sante McWilliams. It's about 4 on first down, and once the play gets snapped, and even though it's a big blow, if you're Sante McWilliams, you're thinking, I want to get in the end zone. I want to just once, even though it's 56-0, once that happens, you just regularly lost his helmet on that one, so he comes out for a play. Roan Branham replaces him in the backfield. 2nd and 7 here. Blount with their defensive starter still out there. Lacey, far side, complete. Gets it off and going to be good for another first down as Dylan Alford has that one. And a Roof Doctor's first down here. And Sante McWilliams will come right back in after his helmet fixed here. Is just so easy. Just gets rid of it so quickly. Doesn't, you have a quarterback that gets rid of that quickly. It makes that young offensive line, makes their life way easier, right?
Yeah, you watch games tomorrow on the college level and watch the quarterbacks to get it out quickly and decisively and watch how more successful they are.
Motion, give it off. McWilliams, and pick up about 7 on first down. As you see Saraland just at the regular tempo here, which just kind of tells you, I think, just get this series out, score here, finish like Jeff was saying to you, finish the right way, and get everybody over on the bench to rest and get ready for next week's trip to the beach. We get a trip to the beach. How about that?
I like that. I like that a lot.
Never done a game at Gulf Shores. Little screen here, and McWilliams out of the backfield, and he's inside the 20, and he's going to have another Roof Doctor's first down. He's also going to move the Spartans inside of the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. So a 2-for-1 there for McWilliams and the Spartans. Boy, you were talking about just the apparatus that is a football game here at this stadium.
Yep. It's crazy, right?
And the game, just the game presentation their in-house team does here. They're taking our feet tonight, the Jumbotron, but even when not, they have their own system here, and they got graphics, they got sponsors, they got still maybe the best fireworks show I've ever seen in South Alabama happened here on senior night last year after a game.
And it was kind of a traffic snarl, and I was on the interstate, and it was still going on.
I hit the Bayway, and it was still going. This time, Blount able to come up with the stop right in the middle of the line there, and the handoff to.
Now, the Jumbotron was not quite this jumbo.
It was jumbo, but then they went for the double XL jumbo.
And then we showed up one season, and we were like, "Oh, now you can see that thing from the school, or you can see it from
Citronelle.
Walmart."
You can see it all the way. Keep going north, and it's in the south end zone. You can see it. And it's great, high resolution.
They don't do anything halfway in Saraland, Alabama.
Flag comes down, and that one. False start here on the Spartans. Fred Riley texting in, and he said, well, even though this game is a blowout, Jim and Dan, the audience will be able to enjoy your dazzling personalities in the second half. I responded, Fred, we're going to run out of personality way before we run out of game.
I think even Coach Riley might run short tonight.
And he's got an arsenal of material. So we'll have another very important viewer checking in to find out where he's watching the game from tonight.
That guy.
McWilliams up the middle, and it's back inside the line of scrimmage a little bit there after the holding call. So
has he left Bora Bora?
He's back from Bora Bora.
I didn't know if he was arrested and detained.
He was fishing today on Skin Deep. He's out around the elbow, which is about 35 miles southwest of Orange Beach. So he's fishing. Now they've retired to the salon, and if I know what they've grilled up some steaks on the grill, and now they're in the salon watching Friday Night Rivals.
Not that we don't enjoy this, but who's having the better Friday?
Oh, I mean, we had a great game last week, but I might have traded it for Bora Bora. I've never been in the French Polynesia. Third down here. Lacey has that one tipped up and knocked down as he tried to get that to the near side. Good job getting the hand to swap that one. I think it was Tylen Land, the linebacker, and now we try.
And the receiver was, I'm failing here in my later years. I don't know if that was Gill or
Alfred in the near side.
Or Alfred, right.
So a 35-yard field goal here.
My point is he had him open, so it knocked away. That saved a touchdown.
Singleton coming on here. L.J. Noble's the long snapper. Caden Kelly is the holder, and you know that getting stopped there on offense will not make Jeff Kelly happy.
No.
35-yard field goal attempt from Singleton, and it is good. 59 on the board, and a 35-yard field goal for Singleton. 59-0 now. Saraland on Friday Night Rivals. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan back here at Saraland, and now we're going to see a little change up in the kickers is Leighton Strickland, who's got a touchdown here tonight. Going to kick this one off and see some more substitutions coming. Got fresh jerseys out there on the kickoff team for Saraland. Strickland with a good kick back to the 18. TJ Miller picks it up and again goes wide. Now he's got a little more room and gets up to the far sideline, and he's across the 40, so good field position for the Leopards here, as we will see. I guess we're going to see the second team defense. We are come out here. Maybe most of the substitutions in. Your defense throws a shutout in the first half. Hey, as Blount comes out in the field here, Jerome Woods, principal at Blount, just thoughts with him, lost his mom last week.
Oh, wow.
So gave him a hug when I saw him walking in here tonight. So Jerome Woods, one of the good guys for sure in the Mobile County public school system.
Yeah, great with us.
Yep, great penetration there. Isaiah Mormon, who played well last week for this Saraland team.
By the way, we've done some terrific games at Blount. We've had some endings and just rocking with wins against Viger.
And the Viger game to kick off the season so many times in big games. We're going to get our heat timeout here with 6:01 to go in the third quarter. We'll take it with them here from Saraland. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Friday Night Rivals brought to you in part by Local 119 Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and Service Techs. Appreciate those guys being part of what we do on Friday nights. Herc Reynolds, Pro Solutions. And also by the United States Coast Guard, Protect, Defend, Save. The United States Coast Guard, big presence in the city of Mobile, for sure.
For sure. All right, and Wiggins will stay in it. Quarterback looking to pass now. He'll pull it down and scramble, and Chris Wiggins hit up near midfield, but he's going to mark him. I think they're going to give him the first down there right at midfield as Wiggins on the good scramble. The Roof Doctors first down.
Good snap, good enough. Wiggins picks the spot.
You can see once he gets to the outside, he's got some, he can cause some problems.
Yeah.
So right up at midfield for the Leopards. Now trouble with the snap again as Wiggins dropped it. And that was not on the center. He's had some bad snaps. That was a good snap. It's just Wiggins couldn't hold on to it, and then Williams almost kicked it out of his quarterback's hands because he was ready to take the handoff. Yeah, that one's a pretty good snap there.
Right off his fingertips, right?
Yeah. So you go backwards on first down. 2nd and 12.
At least they're not dealing with the constant onslaught that first wave of Saraland defenders were presenting them with, where they really just couldn't get out of their own way.
Yeah, and Coleman didn't play last week, so getting him back was a huge help to that defensive line. Spinning out the other way is Williams, and Williams going to pick up about 10 and bring up a 3rd and 2. Williams on the cutback there. They had 14 yards of offense in the first half. They've got more than that on this drive here. So Blount doing a good job. Notice they've got a continuous clock going here in this game. And so incomplete pass, ball goes out of bounds, runner goes out of bounds. Clock just keeps
on going.
Keeps rolling. Third and 2 for the Leopards. Wiggins tries to get to the outside. He's going to be bumped out of bounds. Good job hustling over there. B.J. McLaughlin, the junior. And they're going to lose a couple. If you're Blount, I think you just go for it. Go for it here. For sure. Why risk punting? You like to just pick a first down, try to
get an offensive rep in.
Yeah, get the drive, keep the drive going. But you're at 4th and 2, and now you're 4th and a long 4.
Here comes pressure.
Wiggins out of the backfield. Williams, nice catch, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be up to the 39. He's going to have the first down. Good job by Williams to make the catch that looked like it was out in front of him, hold it, take the hit, and get the Roof Doctors first down.
Yeah, Williams did everything you could possibly do to get that first down on his own. Pass was accurate, but it was on a rope, and he was in a little traffic.
And got the first down and keeps this drive going with 2.5 to go in the third. And again, young quarterback, not a ton of experience. These are reps that Blount's got to get as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. This offense can breathe a little bit here in this half.
And pre-snap penalty. I didn't delay a game on that one against the Leopards. Yeah, a little slow getting the play off from the sideline, it looked like. 59-20 was the score in this game last year. Saraland with 59 again. I'm going to throw another number at you.
I'm all for it.
46.
46.
46. The password is 46. And now another flag. They're going to have too many men out there. Maybe?
Can you give me a hint what it pertains to a little bit, or just I got to go for it? Let me go for it.
Not savings account. Don't do that one this time.
Well, that would be too embarrassing. Maybe average points by Saraland's offense last year.
Months since Saraland has lost at home.
Oh, months.
46.
Oh, so we're on the same thing.
Well,
the answer is the same.
Well,
it's just a doctored up different number.
Well,
this is the dumbest sports quiz I've ever been associated with.
Just because you're 0-2, don't blame the show.
That's a show?
There was a lot of prep that went into getting that.
Well, I guess so. The answer was the same twice. What's that kind of prep?
Wait till the next one comes up in the fourth quarter.
Oh, wow.
Here comes Williams, and Williams bounces it inside the 25, and Williams turns on the speed inside the 10, and it's going to be first and goal coming up here for the Blount Leopards as a Weed Doctor's first down and into the Dr. Pepper red zone. And Williams able to break free, and now when the speed's a little more of a mismatch, you can see what Blount can do to the outside. They have the advantage on the speed here. Now at this point, as we're approaching a minute to go.
A minute. So the next answer is going to be the number of minutes since Saraland last lost a game.
Williams to the left side, stays on his feet and falls down to about the 2. Broke through an arm tackle. Pulling him down. Isaiah Moorman again. We'll have to snap this one, get this one off before the quarter ends. So second and goal from the 3. For the Leopards. Williams in the backfield. Wiggins rolling out, has some room, fires it off, and he's able to get it complete for the touchdown. T.J. Miller, his second touchdown reception of the year. Caught one last week and now gets another one tonight. And A&M Calvert Blount Leopards touchdown. Nice ball there from Wiggins on the rollout. Looked like Wiggins could have pulled it down and maybe taken it in himself here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but he was determined to get it to his guy on the outside, Miller, right?
Yep.
And he did.
T.J. Miller, the senior, had 3 catches last week and has the touchdown here tonight. And was Eric Johnson? No, I think they're going to use Jaden Adams here on the PAT. We're having a little. We didn't even get to see Spanish Sports punter with the size 17 shoes. We'll save that for next week to talk about Blair Evans. A Saraland's punter, yeah.
Size 17 shoes. He plays a little defensive end. He might be in the game now.
Yeah. Jaden Adams, Mason Jackson to hold, and takes a while, and blocked. Kick there by the Spartans is hustling in. Justin Dickinson able to get the block on that one, and so it'll stay 59-6, and give us a chance to give us another Smile Cam brought to you by McMurphy Orthodontics. If you're ready to smile, go see Dr. Stedman and friends at McMurphy Orthodontics.
Yeah, I mean, if you smile, the reaction's not so keen. That means you need to go see him. Help yourself out.
Yeah,
let him help you.
He's a very, very talented orthodontist. All right, they rolled the clock here at the last 1 minute. Blount's got some smiles on the far sideline after getting their first score here of the night. We'll come back to start quarter number 4 on Friday Night Rivals. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Spanish Ford on top big as we head down the home stretch.
I don't remember this referee.
I don't either. And I don't know if he's mic'd and we just don't hear him.
No, I don't think he's mic'd.
How about Johnny Goodrow, the hockey player, and his brother getting killed?
No, terrible.
His sister's wedding was supposed to be today. He and his brother were the groomsmen. The wedding was supposed to be this afternoon.
Unbelievable.
Guy was suspected of being drunk that hit him, passing a car, hit them both on their bikes. Oh, my gut just
Well, that would really.
So Blount gets on the board here at the end of the third quarter. It's 59-6. Got a good one in 6A down in Theodore now. Spanish Fort on top 14-7 over Theodore, who lost last week. Spanish Fort looking to go 2-0. Still 17-14 score. I'm getting Gulf Shores leading Mary G. Williamson on top of Wayne County.
Top of who?
Wayne County.
Oh, Wayne County.
Out of Mississippi, out of Waynesboro. Look at me just throwing around Mississippi references.
yeah.
Like
Suddenly on Mississippi Jeopardy.
Bouncing. Ball taken out across the 30. Jeremiah Trahern with the return. McGill on top of Murphy, 26-6. He said Foley got the win over BC Rain last night. St. Paul's on top now, 24-14 over Baldwin County. Daphne leading to go 2-0, 27-7 over Pine Forest. Ooh. Black Bart and the Hurricanes coming back. 14-14 now, Baker and Bryant at the half in a 7A Region 1 matchup.
Interesting.
Bart Sessions, head coach down there. Inside give to Gronum.
Well, it looks like Saraland has properly reloaded. Ryan Williams or not. Of course, this is a Blount team that is down, but if you project what Saraland's going to do this year, what they've done in the last 2 years doesn't seem like out of touch, right? Out of reach.
Jamison Roberts in at quarterback. He fires that one off and going to pick up about 7 on first down. Is 6'4", 175-pound sophomore at quarterback.
Next one, huh? Next one up.
Another first down.
Saraland won the state 2 years ago. You reminded me they were in the championship game a year ago and lost a heartbreaker.
14-0 heading into that game, and at 14-1 that was a local 119 plumbers, pipe fitters, and service techs first down. We got a Spartan who's slow to get up down there. I think that's Jacob Braun. They will stop the clock for an injury. So we'll take a break with them while they tend to Jacob Braun. All Saraland here tonight on Friday Night Rivals. My guy's name. Herc Reynolds' eye in the sky. Scissor lift. That's what they call that.
Oh, yeah?
Scissor lift, yeah.
They call it a wave.
Getting a great shot right in the end zone here on the north side here at Saraland High School. Great facility. Heading north on I-65 from Mobile. You've driven by it, well, every time you've gone. It's not like it's there sometimes and not there sometimes, right?
It's there all the time, Tim.
Yeah, thank you. Out across the 45, about the 47. We'll bring up second down for the Spartans here. We're talking in the break there about Jamison Robertson. Just looks the part, but also kind of has that same. I've only seen him throw it one time, but he kind of has that similar throwing motion to KJ.
Yeah, KJ is really unique, and Jeff Kelly knew it the moment he got him on campus.
Gibb trying to spin free is Branham. Not much of a gain there on second down. 34,261.
Tonight's crowd.
That was last week here.
They had a bunch. They had more than they wanted last week.
Yeah. So continue with our number association game on third down as Roberts gets that one complete. Cuts back up at midfield, and Edwards is going to get stopped as he gets driven back, going to bring up fourth down.
Good pursuit.
Yep. And Saraland will. All right, so now we will see Blair Evans, the punter, come out. Dan, what size shoes does Blair Evans wear?
17. I swear, if you look close, they look like little pontoons, like little pontoon boats.
Maybe we can get a shot of those size 7. I was like, you don't go to Foot Locker and get them off. You don't go to Dick's and just say, show me your size 17s you got back there.
They're white, so they kind of stick out, and then you realize how big they are.
Yeah, and he's never punted before this year, and he's got a big leg, and Jeff Kelly says he can really boom it. End over ends that one, and Miller has trouble with it, and now ball is knocked loose, recovered, and it was going to be a flag. Saraland picks it up and goes into the end zone, but we'll see as Pugh was able to pick it up.
That's a microcosm of the first half right there. That's how this league got to be so big, is mistakes like that.
Yeah, so Miller dropped it, and then the Saraland player was coming in, diving in on to try to get the ball. And I don't know if he went helmet to helmet. I think maybe with Miller, maybe what they called. So I'm not.
And we don't have the. I don't know if the referee is not mic'd up or it's just not activated or what. But
a Hyundai Pugh. You're going to give Blount the ball back after a 15-yard walk-off up to the 24.
That's pretty interesting, huh? That's the last thing you would have.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I think because he wasn't down. The ball was loose.
The ball was still loose.
I think he was diving. One of the Saraland players was diving for the ball.
No, could not have been against.
Yeah, no, it can't be a personal foul against Blount. Jeff Kelly's looking up at the Jumbotron, wanting to see if we can get he's asking our photog down there if we can get a replay up there. He wants to see it too. So, wait a minute, now that.
There was never any possession.
Let's see here. So, TJ Miller. So, he might have been down.
Wow.
Might have been down, and I think maybe it was the helmet-to-helmet contact.
He didn't have possession, but he was on the ground. They probably sorted it out, I guess, better than I would have, but I don't know. Where's Fred Riley when you need him? And we rarely actually do. Do we?
Pass up top, able to get that one off and complete, and that's Naheem Thomas. He's a guy they really like to see get involved in their offense more for the Leopards, and
I can see why.
Thomas.
Right up the seam. He got the corner on his.
Yeah, picks up 36.
On his outside, and watch him get leverage to the inside. There you go.
Yep. And now trouble. Leopards, and does Saraland end up coming up with that football at the end of that play? I think they do for another Blount turnover. Wow. I'm just watching in the replay here, and now that was just dropped by Wiggins, and then lost the handle on it, and then Thomas couldn't come up with it, and the Spartans on the way coming up with it. It's a 5th turnover tonight for Blount, as we're inside 7 minutes to go. And now Gage Weaver in at quarterback. Hands this one off to Kendall Batty. Isn't there a Weaver quarterback from Citronelle years ago?
No.
Or was
from
he
right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Doing it 25 years, they all kind of run together sometimes, Dan, right?
Well, because this was 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah, there's a Weaver. I thought
the guy at Utah, Cam Rising. When you see him play, I know he was out all last year. That's who he reminded us of. He reminds me of Weaver. The kid was just
fearless.
Got it. No, he was the one that directed. He had all the fear directed where that's how you felt. He was a winner.
Got it. All right, and Batty carries that one ahead. So you no. We're gonna take a heat timeout. We're gonna take a heat timeout.
Okay.
So continuous clock here in the 4th quarter, but they stop it here for a heat timeout. Guess we'll keep it here. So they'll give you a chance to go back to 34,261 to guess at that.
Hours since the last time Saraland lost at home?
Hours. No,
All
that was
right.
weeks, actually. Okay, that was hours. All right. Great sponsors here on Friday night.
Yeah, we appreciate them all.
Rivals.
Including Dr. Pepper, of course. We'll highlight them in the trophy presentation after the game. Mobile County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Paul Birch. Also, thank you to a longtime sponsor of a lot of things in Mobile and Baldwin County. That's Greer's Markets since 1916. And local 505, IBEW 505. Thank you.
So, all right. 3rd down and 9 for the Spartans. Weaver on the screen play, gets it middle of the field. Batty has it, and he's going to get inside the 34, and that's going to be good for another first down. A local 119 first down. I guess I skipped over 204.
Which 204?
I was going to have you associate with that as well. You didn't. You skipped over that one.
Yeah, I bet.
You can noodle that one through if you figured out hours. You should be able to pick up 204.
Yeah, I don't think so, Jim.
Weeks.
I don't think
you got the hard one, hours. Like that's.
None of this has been worth it, really.
Well, you got better suggestions when it's 59-6. I'm all over taking them at this point. Onside give to the 30. Now spin into the 27. Kendall Batty, 5'7" senior, getting some playing time in here as we're inside 5 minutes. We'll see this Saraland team next week. We go to the beach. I mean, we're coming to the beach. We got Bulls at the beach next week. It's a big weekend at Gulf Shores Orange Beach.
Yeah, big festival down there.
Weaver again in the middle, and Batty inside the 20. He's going to pick up another local 119 first down and into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone.
As you always take care of sponsors so deftly.
Correct.
Good job.
So you got a big 11 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so
you got a busy football day planned.
I have a great football. Well, starting with this was, we always enjoy what we do here on Friday night, so we had this, and then I've got tomorrow. I'll try to get a little, start the day with a little exercise, and then 11 o'clock Georgia Clemson, and then it'll be about 3 o'clock. Me and Joseph and Rachel heading out to Hancock Whitney. I've already checked on the umbrella policy. Don't bring one.
North Texas rolling
North
in, right?
Texas, scored a lot of points last year. So we'll see. It could be a big shootout. Because you have that pull. Do I want to watch games on TV? Or do I want to get out to South? And I just enjoyed that experience.
You can do it all.
Well, exactly. But I could have stayed home and watched some good football. But time to get out to South.
Weaver again on the screen gets it to Batty, and Batty going to be wrapped up around the 15 as we're inside 3 minutes left here. Still 17-14. Oh, now it's 21-17. Mary G has just scored to take the lead over Gulf Shores. 21-14 Spanish Fort over Theodore in the fourth quarter. So each team with a touchdown here in that one. And Gill's going to beat Murphy tonight. St. Paul, Baldwin County, a touchdown, 24-21.
Against St. Paul's,
Against St. Paul's, yeah. Oh, we had an erroneous score. Now it's 18-0 Baker over Bryant. So we had an erroneous score there. Inside. Give on third down. Going to be short of fourth down. We'll see what Jeff Kelly decides to do. Does he try another field goal? Maybe a chance to try your backup field goal kicker, or maybe just bring your. Yeah, I think you just stay with Tucker Singleton. He's been perfect on the night. He's got a field goal, and he is 8 for 8 on PATs and 1 for 1 on field goals, and this one will be a 30-yard field goal attempt. I'm not sure why we have stopped the clock at this moment. Now they have the clock going as Singleton looks to.
You got all of that
perfect, but he pulled it to the near side, and so Gray, who was up in our Reynolds scissor lift, didn't have that one come right at him. We were ready. Oh, look at those smiles. They do not need to go see Dr. Stedman McMurphy.
Good to go.
Perfect. But if your teeth aren't as pretty as those, you might be able to go see Dr. Stedman and McMurphy Orthodontics. If you need to work on your smile, they can do it. Wonderful folks, Stedman and this super great team there and his multiple offices across our viewing area.
Those young ladies were ready for the cam, weren't they?
They were. I mean,
they were ready. And of course, they were looking up at the Jumbotron where their images were up there too.
Correct. It's a value
Which
added.
means that their images were all over all over
the greater Chickasaw, Saraland.
Yeah, no kidding.
Satsuma viewing area.
Jumbotron, all caps.
Really hope Ramon Nelson gets a chance to get this ship righted out at Blount. Pass to the near side, back off to Thomas, and Thomas plowing through and still trying to look ahead for yards as the Leopards down here. Maybe the last possession of the game. Wiggins still out there at quarterback.
I'll be on the field soon with Coach Kelly and the Spartans. I don't think the celebration will quite be like what we saw last week, right?
Looped up to the far side and through the hands and incomplete. So, approaching 30 seconds to play here in this one. Dan Brennan headed down to the field. As he said, he would victorious Jeff Kelly and We may not even get another. Well, we have to get one more snap here. Pass near side, tipped up and intercepted on the near side as it got deflected up in the air, and the Spartans come up with yet another turnover. Sixth turnover, I think, here tonight, as that was Colin Trahern who got the interception. Player of the game, this young man, KJ Lacey. He was 18 at 24, 207 yards, headed for 6 touchdowns on the night. I thought he had 5. I thought we had a running touchdown in there, but maybe it was 6. I thought it was 5. But either way, big night for KJ Lacey. And that'll do it here tonight. 59-6. Your final score. Saraland with a big win. And we're back for the trophy presentation with Dan Brennan down on the field after this. See the final score here. Saraland in control of this one. It was 56-0 at the half, and really controlled field goal in the second half. Blount got a late touchdown to get on the board, but it was all Spartans, and they win this one here big by a score of 59-6. 2-0 on the year, 1-0 now in region play as we get ready to send it down to Dan Brennan on the field. I see he's got Coach Jeff Kelly. Wait here to so Saraland 2-0. They'll go to Gulf Shores next week. We'll have the game here on Friday Night Rivals, and Blount will take on Murphy. And Murphy falling tonight to McGill Tulin as wait for the Alma Mater fight song to play here from Saraland, and then Dan Brennan will have Coach Jeff Kelly victorious here tonight. KJ Lacey, our player of the game, big night. Didn't have to do much. They got 2 defensive touchdowns in the first quarter, and it was 28-0 quickly in this contest, and Saraland never looked back after they rolled out to the big lead in a tough night again for the Blount Leopards, and tough 2 games to open the season against their big rival and a great 5A opponent in Viger. They lost last week and then run into a buzzsaw here tonight against Saraland, and now I think Dan Brennan has got victorious coach Jeff Kelly. Dan.
Well, next week you got a trip to the beach. You going to take the family or what?
It's all work next week. You know, big win tonight. We'll take it. First region game. We played the first 2 at home. It's going to be tough next week. It was our first road game, and you know, I don't know how Gulf Shores finished up tonight, but we know it's going to be a tough game next week. We definitely got to be ready for it.
Talk about the way your team was ready and played and showed that, especially in the first half.
Yeah, I think we did what we needed to do tonight. You know, all 3 phases, you know, had big nights. Defensively, we had some turnovers. Offensively, we were sharp, we were balanced, we were able to do some things there. I thought our offensive line did an outstanding job. And then some of our new guys defensively really showed a lot of improvement from week 1 to week 2, and that's what we talked about. And then our good players played really good. You know, KJ in the passing game, those receivers did a great job out there tonight. So plenty to build on, but we got a tough one next week.
You got a pretty good quarterback.
We got a real good quarterback. I think he's the best around. But you know, he does a great job, you know, just kind of leading our offense. And we got a bunch of good players there, and, you know, we're going to fool around and continue to improve and become a pretty good football team.
I think so. Paul Spivey is with Dr. Pepper. Come this way, Paul.
Thank you.
Hey, on behalf of Coca-Cola United, Dr. Pepper, congrats on a great win.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. All right, here we go. There it is.
Thank you, guys. Jim, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Who doesn't love a championship belt? I mean, who doesn't love that? What a great night here for the Spartans. As Jeff Kelly said, 2-0. They opened the season 2 home games, beat a great Jackson team last week, beat Blount here tonight, and they'll take on Gulf Shores next week, a game we'll have right here on Friday Night Rivals. I want to thank all of our great sponsors and partners here as Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Dr. Pepper, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department, Greer's, IBEW 505, Dean Wade Injury Attorneys, McMurphy Orthodontics, Roof Doctors, Local 119, Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and Service Techs, Herc Reynolds, the United States Coast Guard, and AMNS Calvert, all great sponsors here of Friday Night Rivals. So a big win for Saraland, 59-6. They win it here tonight behind the player of the game, KJ Lacey. Might be the player of the year in Alabama this year. Got him on top early. Saraland's 2-0, 1-0 in the region. They'll take that record on the road next week, and we'll be with them when they travel to Gulf Shores. For Dan Brennan down on the sideline, our great Friday Night Rivals crew. Vincent Early, our producer and director here tonight, and everybody with Friday Night Rivals. I'm Jim Cox saying good night from Saraland, where Sparty wins big over their region rival Blount, 59-6.